snap. Ah. Oh. Shalom, family. Shalom, Miss Parker. And this is your host, Brian Anthony. Benya with Beyond Babbitt, USI, the United States of Israel, live saying shalom, shalom, peace and blessing. Welcome to the show. Your host, Brian Anthony. Benya with Beyond Babbitt, USI, the United States of Israel, live saying shalom, shalom. Welcome to the show. Appreciate y'all for joining in. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom. Appreciate y'all for joining in. Thank you, family. Thank you, thank you. We welcome you. In the name of Yahuwah, in the name of Yahwishi. Hallelujah. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And as you can see, we have a heck of a show for y'all today, this evening. Watch the time here. Let's get right into it, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through all that I need to get through today at this particular time, but in the next few settings or whatever, we're going to get through it. As you can see, this one is named Sending the Destroyer. I started to just name it the Destroyer. Then I started to name it Send the Destroyer. Then it was put on me to name it Sending the Destroyer. It's a lot going on, guys. We're going to go into the historic, into the prophetic, and into the news headlines to get an understanding as to what the Most High is doing right now and our response to it, what we should be doing, what we're going to do. Yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all for joining in. Let's go ahead and do the Beyond Babbitt TV show warning/disclaimer. And it reads, the Beyond Babbitt TV show warning/disclaimer. Without prejudice, any viewer to listen, to watch, hear, or read any duration, part or whole, the information contained herein, be it audio, video, written, or any form communicated, are subject to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Yah, under the jurisdiction of the Order of Melchizedek and the Court of the Order. Hallelujah! Shalom, shalom, family. Shalom, shalom. Appreciate y'all for joining in. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High God. Hallelujah. The studies are backing up on us. We got a lot of word to get out there. And we'll get there, Lord willing. I mean, there's just so much to do on a daily basis, and we just trying to fit everything in as we can fit it in. So again, the name of this one is Sending the Destroyer, guys. Let's touch a few items first before we get into it. Now, throughout history, and like I said, this may have to be according to time. This may be a two-part or a three-part series, but today is Wednesday, right? April the 4th. We got 5 days, April the 8th, which is Monday, this coming moon day is when we're expecting that eclipse. Um, Let me speak about some things that's already going on because we had spoke about electrogravitics, right? And then I heard some people mumbling in the world on the YouTube streets that don't believe in gravity. In other words, they don't believe in electrogravitics. And you put those two together, you have electricity and you have gravity and you have anti-gravity and you have we know these things exist because energy, the energy of one source affects the energy of another. Magnets, things like this. And these bodies floating around in the sky, they have metals in them, right? A lot of them are magnetized. Ruachs, spirits are attracted to electricity. So these are the things we have going on. And I told y'all with the eclipse coming and the devil's coming, electrogravitics may take place. Uh, Bodies in motion, uh, floating metal, or if it's floating ground coming at certain speeds, like if lead is coming at a certain speed or a magnet is coming towards the copper plate, a lot of things happen and don't happen because of the invisible things that we can't see. Things could short circuit. Things could short circuit whole electric grids because of things. A magnetized object flies by it close enough to where this can pick it up on a frequency, and it's flying at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and whatever hertz or megahertz or whatever frequency it's on, it could short this stuff and cause lightning bolts to shoot everywhere. These are the planetary bodies we're dealing with right now in the heavens, guys. We have the so-called devils coming. Some are saying this could really be Nibiru in disguise because it's a winged comet. I mean, a horned comet. See, the Nibiru is supposed to be a planet, a winged planet, a disk planet with looks like horns. This is supposed to be a comet or meteor with horns and a long 1,000,000-mile tail, which picked up a lot of debris, metals, and everything else. That's, hey man, we know what it can happen. It could mess with, and then we have these different light waves, X-rays, and different solar flares and CMEs, and all these things are coming our way soon, shortly. And it's going to have an effect. It definitely is. So, as I told you before that this was going to be happening, that when Pluto is back, when this comet comes back, and on eclipses, things happen like earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, fires, and a number of other things. It also affects the frequency of your body. It could put you in a bad mood. It could make you get up grumpy in the morning and want to have a fight. You see? Chaos can ensue. Now, we know about what happened yesterday, don't we? If not, let's talk about it. Taiwan hit with some say between a 7.2 and a 7.7 magnitude earthquake hit Taiwan. Buildings, you see them slumped. Look like the Leaning Tower of Pizza. In Taiwan. Bridges just Cars on sitting coming off the wheels coming off the ground. Guy in the swimming pool looked like he in a tidal wave. These planetary bodies could be causing this stuff, guys. The moon has its own frequency, its own electrogravitic pull. So does the sun, and all these things coming close to them, passing by them fast. These objects could shoot out lightning towards each other, static electricity. We know that's real, though. Everybody's been shocked by somebody touching them, or you scratching your feet on the carpet and touching a doorknob or something. Can't say you imagine that. Same thing with these floating bodies out here, guys. So this is why they're getting prepared, saying the electrical grid might go down. Another thing that came to me is this: NASA. So they were already supposed to be sending up a satellite to be peeping around to see what's going on when this stuff was happening in the next 5 days. Now they're saying they're going to shoot 3 missiles towards the thing, towards the shadow of the moon. What are these missiles going to do? They say, oh, they're just going to collect data. All right, we need information. We want to know about this wave, that wave. I think it's a little more in depth than that. This could be the FF that everybody's waiting for, everybody's been looking for. They could be sending up an EMP weapon because they're sending 3 of them. Send that stuff over the U.S., knock out the whole grid of the whole country. They can say, oh, North Korea did it, because North Korea is doing some test of their own, sending up stuff right now. They can say, oh, Russia did it because they're in a hot contested thing right now. Or they can say, oh, Iran did it. It's payback because what we just did to them. These little 3 missiles could be, boom, lights out. And then they could also compartmentalize it, because the whole grid is on the switch now. It's on the internet. They can say, take down this city. Hit the button, click, send the military and put all them people in the FEMA camp. Tell everybody else, nobody knows what happened to these people. Be like, okay, next city. Take down the cell phone service and the radio service in this city and television. Hit the switch, bloop, bloop, bloop. Put this on the news, tell these people this. Miscommunication, disinformation. All of this could be taking place in the next few days. But one thing about it is they're not going to cheat the Most High of his opportunity to enact vengeance. Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith Yahuwah. Appreciate the likes, guys. Appreciate the thumbs up. Hit that like button for me if you haven't done it. Appreciate it. So now we see that the Iceland volcano is active. They're watching the lava. It hadn't shot, but it's bubbling up. Why? As these things get closer to the earth, it's bubbling up. They're watching it closely. It's a 24-hour watch on that volcano and others, on the Iceland volcano and others. We talked about the earthquake that hit Taiwan, anywhere from 7.2 to 7.7 magnitude earthquake, which is devastating. And then we haven't talked about this yet, but the moon has been sending its own signs and signals. How many of us have seen the upside down crescent moon? Remember, like, if you've seen the ancient Sumerians, the stuff that they had put on the walls, the ancient Egyptians, the stuff that they had put on the walls, the ancient Babylonians, the stuff that they had put on the walls, when the Anunnaki showed up, when Nibiru was here, the winged disc planet, the upside down crescent, that's the only time you see that upside down crescent. And we're seeing it now in real time on our moon. This could be these things coming back. The Anunnaki, the fallen, every 3,600 years, It could be coming at the same time as the devil's coming, all this other stuff. But the devil's coming may be the Most High's coming, may be Yah's coming. Because that may be the thing that when it switches, boom, switch. And remember, guys, I've talked about it several times, a dream I had years ago. I posted it up years ago. Talked about it, I had it years ago. And we've talked about it several times since, that two objects, not two objects, an object is going to hit the moon. The big orange, yellow moon, big orange moon, not yellow, the big orange moon. And something looks like a missile hit the bottom of the moon and makes an upside down mohawk. And the dust and stuff that comes off the moon gets sprinkled on the earth. And it causes chaos. It causes people to go crazy. Well, they're saying that is a possibility in the next few days with this comet coming. And that may be a reason, again, why they're shooting up these three missiles, why NASA's shooting up these three missiles in the shadow of the moon. Are they shooting it at the moon, in other words? And they're saying they're trying to, it's a serpent missile. The Leviathan, maybe. They're trying to bring it through. You heard some things about the black sun and the black moon and a lot of other things, guys, that they're saying that's happening around this time. And we know it because they wouldn't be doing all the things they're doing if they wasn't suspicious, if they didn't know something was coming. And remember, guys, it was just a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that Bama made an emergency meeting to the UK to meet with the prime ministers there. Two of them. He's not even a sitting president, hasn't been for a number of years. But apparently he's still a major player on the world stage. We said he met with Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and former Prime Minister David Cameron. Why? They never told us why. And then, like a day or so ago, he was spotted getting off Air Force One with Brandon. Bama's very active right now. Remember the movie that's supposed to be coming out about Civil War? This is supposed to be about a 3-term American president. Who could that be? It ain't T-Rump. T-Rump only had 1 term. It ain't Brandon. Now, if Bama gets back in there, because they're supposed to have a selection this November, Bama could get back in there. And then it could be revealed that he is the man of sin. Because so many people had dreams and visions, including myself. And then he just went away. But he didn't go away. He went to the background. Now he's doing predictive programming by making music and movies, more so movies than music. But he's still in touch with all the world leaders, shaking hands and doing deals. Who is this guy? He didn't go away at all, did he? He just put the cover back over his head. So, guys, we have to be ready for whatever. We have to be ready for whatever. Because with the dream I had about the objects hitting the moon, this could be it. And they're firing 3 missiles at the moon. This is what they've announced. Now, I'm undecided as to whether I want to pray against it or not, because we do have that power, that authority, that option. We can come against it. We can come against all that. We can cast down every wicked imagination. We can cast it down. So I know that they can't stop the Most High or anything that the Most High has planned. And I don't know if I want to jump in there and try to stop this, because the Most High may want this to happen. This may be a part of our deliverance. What I can do is pray for the protection and safety of the moon and of the sun, because we want it to be here until the Most High turns it out. But I could pray that those missiles are going to blow up in the silos, that it blow up in their face, that everything fail. I'm probably going to pray that everything they're doing fail and backfire on them. But I don't know if this is an event I want to try to go up against to try to stop it in the prayer and spirit, because the Most High may want it to take place. I'm still thinking about it, still praying about it, still listening to see. We got a few more days on what we're going to do about it, if we're going to do anything about it. They said they're going to gather information. It don't matter how much information they gather, they're not going to be able to stop the Most High when he decides to come back. They're not going to be able to stop him from delivering his people from the sword, from the collapse. And they're not going to be able to stop us from him letting us go free and us taking all the wealth. They're not going to be able to stop that. There's no way to prevent that. So I don't know if I should even get involved in, and that's because he's going to protect his own anyway. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get into the word. We're 20 minutes in, 21 minutes in. Again, guys, appreciate the likes, appreciate the thumbs up. Thank y'all for joining in. So the destroyer, which I'm going to say is this comment, because a number of wars, conflicts throughout history, if you go and read the history books, before they start, they seen a comet. There were signs in the sky. A lot of them saw a meteor or comet, and they took that as a sign. So these things, these signs we're seeing in the sky, they also bring war. Men see them and take them as a sign that the Most High has heard them, or some so on and so forth. And they go forward with different plans. And we think one was in the sky when Moses did the things he did. In subsequent years, the battles that we are taught about throughout history, there was always something going on in the heavens. If you read the memoirs of the people who were there, this probably is not going to be any different. So what we're going to do now, guys, let's go back to the book of Exodus. We're going to go ahead and get into it. We done Exodus 9. We did Exodus 10. Let's go to Exodus 11. My stuff has been moving so slow. It could be affecting that. Like they're saying that the things that are happening could affect cell phone service. It could affect gas stations. It could affect the power grid. Everything could be affected, guys. We don't know what all this. I think, again, electrogravitics. This stuff could actually short something out. But I believe they're sending up those missiles and stuff just in case it doesn't do enough damage. If it's something they want to do and blame it on this stuff, they got 3 missiles up there. They can just hit a button, pat, 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 and then, oh, well, blame it on this, and they go on with their plan to try to whatever they're trying to get done before 2025 and 2030. But it's all going to fail. They can try to blame it on North Korea and Russia, like I said before. They can try to blame it on Iran. It's all going to fail. But it's an interesting time to be alive. Hallelujah. Let me share my screen with you guys. And we're going to read. We're just going to read until we run out of time. All right, guys. Exodus 11. We're going to start at verse 1 and just go through the chapter. And we'll stop as need be. But these words are here for our comfort, for our understanding. It was a prophecy back then, but they run twice, sometimes multiple times. And he tell us before these things happen. So we know what to expect. We're not going to be afraid. So we'll know how to move. All right? So Exodus chapter 11, verse 1, and it says, And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Yet I will bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards, he will let you go. Hence, he's going to let y'all get out of here. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. So he's not just going to open the doors and say, go. He said he's going to thrust you out. And let's not forget that, and I believe it's going to be in here as well, and it's going to talk about it now. When they were thrust out with all the wealth, because the Most High told them to go and borrow from their neighbor. It didn't mean from the Hebrew Israelite neighbors. It meant from the nations. Borrow all their wealth. All the gold and silver, go borrow it. And then he kick you out, and you still got it. Remember when they asked at first, let us go 3 days to go and worship. He said, yeah, you can go. But leave all your substance, leave all your cattle and everything. And I think that he just said the men and the children. I think they wanted them to leave the women too. And leave all your wealth here. And y'all can go. And he said, no deal. Moses said, no deal. Moses and Aaron, no deal. But we're going to take everything to go worship our Father. So this is where we are now. And let's read that again. Exodus 11:1, and it says, And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Yet I will bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards, he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Get ready, guys. Get ready. Wherever Jerusalem, or wherever he's going to have us post up in Zion, and I have my own idea and theory on that. We know most likely Israel is not in the Middle East, what they call in the Middle East. We know most likely, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that's most likely not the real place. It's either in Asia, like India or somewhere. And then we don't even know if there is a North America. I mean, we can't trust the cartographers of the maps because they've changed. And it's another thing, guys, with this comet, the destroyer. See, they tell us it was an ice age, right? They tell us, oh, yeah, we had a great ice age, and then had a mini ice age. And they said some of the quote-unquote Indians that are here, they came over when it was ice age. They walked across that land bridge. Well, we know the natives that they talking about, they got here in the 1200s. They were under Genghis Khan. And if they walked across from the 1200s, that's when the ice age was. Or after. I'm thinking it could be there was a number because we know about the mud floods and all this type of stuff. All that stuff happened after the signing of the Doom Diverses. After 1452. The Edict of 1452 by Pope Nicholas V. Then world catastrophe came. Because we know there were giants on the earth until even after then, all the way up until the 1800s. It didn't get quiet. We didn't, the quote unquote dragons and the dinosaurs and the giants, all that stuff didn't go away millions and billions of years ago. That stuff was here just a few hundred years ago. You got people writing about that stuff in the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, and the 1800s. After 1850, all this stuff just went away. It disappeared. They erased history. They changed history. But the ice age, because some of the giants were frozen in their tracks. You see, that happened quick. And there wasn't any ice on Antarctica before that. The pictures they have, Antarctica was tropical. That's why they say Jerusalem is there. They say the Holy Land is there. Some people say Antarctica is just a little island, a little landmass. There's other maps that show Antarctica circling all the other 7 continents. So we really don't know where our land is, where Jerusalem, where Israel, where that stuff is, where Zion. We don't know where it is. Like I said before, some say it's in Asia, including India and stuff like that. Some say it's in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. Some say it's in North America, if there is a thing as North America. Some say it's in South America. And again, some say it's in Antarctica. We will be finding out soon. Because if the ice just got on Antarctica just a couple of 100 years ago, after the signing of the Doomed Diverses, then they really doomed themselves with the signing of that thing. Mud floods happened after the Doomed Diverses. Some say Tartaria was actually the land of the Israelites. That Atlantis and Lemuria, all of that was the land of the Israelites. And this is another theory they had to erase us out of history. Change the names of everything we own, everything we built. All these kingdoms, all these pyramids and castles around the world. They say the Israelites built all that stuff. But they could just erase us out of history. And we'll never know the difference. The timeline. Add some time, take away some time. But the Most High is going to reveal everything. Let's go ahead and get back to this, guys, because time is ticking. So again, Exodus chapter 11, verse 1. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards, he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. And now, speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. So this is how the first prophecy, but see, they weren't enslaved. They wasn't, for 400 years they were there, but it was only for 200 years that they were oppressed. And he still got them out with much wealth. Now, we've been oppressed over here for over 400 years. So when we come out with much wealth, I don't know if we're going to borrow anything, if we're going to take it. Right now, they're even going before the United Nations to my reparations. Let's pay them in paper money. Let's give them something to keep them quiet, to shut them up, to appease their God. No, man. The book talk about you took all the silver and all the gold. That's what we want. We don't want this paper money with your witchcraft on it and your pictures all on it. It don't mean nothing. You can turn on the printing press and print that mess into oblivion. To where every animal, every fish, every snail, every human, everybody can be flooded with that mess. No value. We want all our silver back. We want all our gold back. We want all our land, our cattle, our animals, our precious stones, our jewels, everything we made. We want it all back. Yeah, they want to pay us in paper money with curses and spells on one side of it, or maybe on both sides of it, and they ugly faces painted all on it. We don't want that mess. Verse 2, speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And Yahuwah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. This is what we're getting right now. This is why Putin is coming forth opening the vaults. This is why he's saying he down with black Jesus. He gonna worship black Jesus. He telling his nation that. He putting it out to the world. The Western media don't want to touch it. That's exposing them people over there to Ish, letting them know why y'all don't look like these pictures that Putin just brought out. You see, that's asymmetric warfare. Putin needs some more people on his side. They all trying to jump him. So if he keep bringing out the truth, maybe we'll pray for him. Maybe we won't, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we won't fight against him, and maybe we won't pray against him. Maybe we might even pray for him, and he can come out victorious. Somebody has to come out victorious because there has to be an Ezekiel 38 and 39 where they all come back to get Israel. Right now, we just not on, man. We just waking up. Ezekiel 37. So yeah, we about to get free and we're about to get all the money. At a future date, they can come back and fight with us, fight against us. But right now, we waking up, standing on our feet, and we're about to walk out with all the money. The Exodus. While Putin got to deal with his brothers and sisters and his cousins, it can only be one. Either they're gonna all come together or they're gonna all kill each other. But they're gonna somehow join some type of army to what, because they got to come back and fight against us. You see what I'm saying? It's like a tournament to see who the grand champion is. We the sons and daughters of the Most High Yah. Our Father's not gonna let us get defeated. So y'all figure that out, and we want the win out of y'all. I know they painting it like right now. No, we just want to be your friend. You ain't gonna want to be our friends because we follow the Most High Yah, and you want to follow your father, the devil. Anyway, verse 2. Let me see if anybody said anything here. This may take longer than I thought, guys, getting through this. But again, I appreciate y'all for joining in. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And Yahuwah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt. Now, who do we have now that's very great in the land of Egypt? That is going to have favor, that's going to be able to speak to these people. We can't use Kanye. He doesn't turn to, he don't even believe no more. Well, I asked something, he didn't answer, so now I'm a God. I'm the devil. Okay. You get what you deserve too, devil. And Yahuwah gave the people favor. This is verse 3. And Yahuwah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith Yahuwah, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. Boy, wouldn't that be something? Now they can blame it. See, with this, they can blame it on the mandates. They can say it's just adult sudden death syndrome. You see, died suddenly syndrome. They can blame it on anything. If Most High just went out and just took out all the firstborn, everybody who got marked by the devil, or everybody who didn't get sealed by the Most High. Oh, this will make great news, but they wouldn't tell the truth and be like, oh, we think it's got to do with the Most High and this stuff, that these signs that's up there. No, they're gonna give another excuse. Oh, as well, the new sickness, a new disease, the mumpy murks, measles, whatever. Anyway, verse 5. Well, let's read verse 4 again. And Moses said, Thus saith Yahuwah, about midnight I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn of the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall it be like it anymore. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Even our pet's going to be safe. The wild dog's not going to come against us, none of that. Because it don't say how he's going to kill all these people. It don't say if animals was going to attack them, if bugs was going to attack them, if they was going to get a sickness and disease, if they was going to have a heart attack, if We just know they was going to be dead. If they was all going to have the same thing that caused them to die, or if each one of them was going to die from a different cause, we just know they're going to be dead. Verse 6. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yahuwah doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So how they try to say, oh, we all the same. No, we're not. There's a difference between us. He put a difference between us. Everybody's not the same. Verse 8. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. Pharaoh and them people going to be servants. They're going to come telling them they're going to bow down and tell them to get out. They're going to beg on their knees saying, leave. When we leave, we taking the substance with us. We taking our silver and gold and everything back. We don't even know where we're going because we don't know where the land is. Verse 9. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that thy wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. See, like right now, you got the dummies saying, oh, all this stuff in the sky, that don't mean nothing. Oh, this don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Ain't nothing going to happen. You might as well be prepping. Get you some silver and some gold and some guns. You think that's going to stop what the Most High is doing? Man, he can leave you in 3 days of darkness. That silver, that gold, and the gun ain't going to do you no good. Verse 10. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. And Yahuwah hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. He would not. He would not. So, looking to see if anybody has said anything in the chat. Nope. All right. Appreciate the likes, guys. Appreciate the thumbs up. Let's continue. Exodus chapter 12. Sending the Destroyer, guys, is the name of this lesson. Appreciate y'all for joining. We're probably going to go for about another 20, 21 minutes or so. Sending the Destroyer. Let's see how many. I need to get to the end of this chapter if we're going to start on it. It's a lot of verses. 38. Oh, no. 51. Woo! So we're going to try to get through it. If not, we'll come back. Okay. Exodus 12 and 1. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month, we just had our Passover, all praises to the Most High Yah. This is the origins of it being written in the law. Now, there's some evidence that Passover was being practiced in the Hashemayim and on earth before it was actually written and given to put in the book for memorial. Exodus 12 and 1. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. So originally, it wasn't the first month. It became the first month here. He changed. He put us on a different time than everybody else. We're not on the same type of time as everybody else. He put a difference between us and everyone else. Verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th month, In the 10th day of this month, ye shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it. You shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Everybody should put their hand to it. See, we doing everything together. Judges should be together. See? And this is what that is, the judgment for this thing. Symbolic. And verse 6. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts of the upper door. Let's read it again. Verse 7, 12, and 7. Exodus 12 and 7. And they shall take of the blood, and strike it on the two side posts, and on the upper doorposts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh of, verse 8, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread. Hallelujah. We got through that week of unleavened bread. I got tired of eating it. And with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden. So don't boil it. Don't eat it raw. Don't boil it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire his head with his legs and with the pertinence thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. It is Yahuwah's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt, against Ishtar. See what I'm saying? I've been telling y'all for at least a year, maybe even 2 years, stop celebrating these holidays. Yahuwah is a jealous El. You had some quote unquote pastors and churches still saying it's all right, still doing it. Watch the curses that come upon them then. Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Yahuwah. There's not going to be nothing to be able to save them. The Norse gods, the Babylonian gods, the Hamite gods, no Elohim is going to be able to save them against Yahuwah. Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token. That sounds like covenant talk. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. So the plague is coming to everybody except the children of the Most High Yah, because he makes a difference. He makes a difference between us. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord, a feast to Yahuwah throughout your generations. And ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. No, not to be like, oh, it's done away with. Oh, we don't have to keep the holy days no more. We can now do the holidays. What it says. Verse 14. This is Exodus 12:14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yahuwah throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. Verse 15. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation, feast day. So the 7th day is the feast of first fruits. The first day is the Passover, the feast of unleavened bread. And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. So the cooking of the meal and the cleaning up afterwards, that's the only work you can do in those days. Verse 17. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Your armies. Your armies. Think of Ezekiel 37:10, the exceeding great army that was just waking up. Verse 17, let's read it again. Exodus 12:17. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought the armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. This is by a law, forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 120th day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leaven, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations, shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. So that is saying kill the Passover. That means the food, the Passover lamb. Right? It don't mean kill the days. Kill the food, prepare it. She was getting ready to get started. Okay, verse 22. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of this house until the morning. That's interesting. So at this time, the 3 days of darkness was about to happen. So when they put the blood, the death angel was coming. So we know that if we do get the 3 days of darkness, we don't leave out. And anyway, he had said before they ate the Passover meal, they put the blood, and he said, everybody who's in here, you stand here till the morning. See, a lot of people don't do that now. They'll have the Passover meal and everybody go home. For the future, we got to get this part worked out. Wherever we're going to do it at, it's a sleepover. It's a party. It's an all-night event. Nobody leaves in the morning. And then we burn the food in the morning. You don't have to burn it that night, because that's how we did it this time. After we finish eating that night, we'll go ahead and burn it, because we don't leave it till the morning. But the book said you can burn it actually in the morning, and nobody should be leaving. See, we got to get it right. We're still working on it, guys. We're still coming out of Babylon. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop. This is verse 22. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For Yahuwah will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, Yahuwah will pass over the door and will suffer. Will pass over the door. I was looking to see because it looked like something had happened to my screen here, but it went away. Okay, will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer. This is where we wanted to get to, guys. See this word here? I can't even highlight it. Okay, now it's, this thing is doing some strange stuff, guys. But anyway, right here, this word right here. It says, for Yahuwah will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, Yahuwah will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer. That's what the name of this one is, sending the destroyer. Will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses. You, that might be the death angel. But some say that a comet. A meteor is flying through the air the whole time this thing is happening. Kind of like the one that's coming here in 5 more days. I will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. Now, in some of the other books, the apocryphal books, it talks about, it gets more in depth into the 3 days of darkness, how they heard all type of yells and screams out there at night, how it was a death angel walking, and if you looked out at it, something would happen to you. If it looked in your window, says it, draw your curtains, make sure you can't see out, make sure nothing can't see in. Whatever you hear going on out there, don't go out there. If somebody calling your name or knock on your door, don't open it, don't go out there, because it'll come in unto you and destroy you. So nobody's been able to report what it really looks like. Nobody's seen it, because everybody who's seen it, something happened to them, they didn't make it. This is in case of 3 days of darkness. The destroyer could be this comet or some flying body that's wreaking havoc, electrogravitics, sparks flying, gravity, taking stuff offline, destroying the infrastructure. Or it could be just the death angels out there causing havoc to those who didn't mark it, to those who don't believe, first of all, and to the others who believe but say, yeah, but I ain't gonna do that. Okay, well, you finna get what everybody else gets. We're almost done here, guys. We'll have to continue. And you know what? This might be a good time to stop. And this is going to be a good time to stop. Right here at verse 23. That's what we're going to do, because there's no way I'm going to get through all the other verses. So right here, Exodus 12:23. For Yahuwah will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel. So now that blood, it's one of the things that the Most High changed, that Yahweh should change when he passed. His blood is what he split, the veil of the temple split. And his blood is good forever. We don't have to sacrifice this stuff to cover us for our sins or the Passovers anymore. Yahweh did all that with his blood. Because the Most High said, when Moses, sorry, it wasn't Moses. It was when Abraham took up Isaac to sacrifice him. And Isaac asked the question, he said, Dad, Father? He said, we got the rope, we got the stake, the wood, the fire, all of that. But we don't have the sacrifice. Where's the sacrifice? And Abraham told him, son, Yahuwah will provide himself. will make himself as the sacrifice. And 2,000 years later, boom, Yahweh came and died on the cross because I and the Father are one. Now that day, they found a ram in the bush, not a lamb. They found a ram in the bush and they sacrificed that. That was to suffice until the Most High made himself a sacrifice to die for his people, for his creation. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High Yah. So yeah, we're going to pause right here and get, and I responded. Look at that.